kicking back, playing guitar a little bit, wasting time. We got final week of the season coming up, and you know, the playoff picture is pretty boring. All playoff races have been decided. Last week, the Jets and the Animal Dogs tied at 37 each. Now, had the Animal Dogs won, we'd had some excitement this week, because the Animal Dogs could have won this week, and if the Jets lost to the Mustangs, the Animal Dogs would have made it in, and the Jets would have been out. But they didn't make it. Colston got 3 points, short of the 100 yards, despite New Orleans' rollover of the Giants, and the game ended in a tie, and that means the Jets automatically are in the playoffs now. So the only mystery now is which team will be the division winner and which team will be the bye. Doesn't really matter. The Jets and Mustangs will play this week. They're going to play again next week in the wild card matchup as well. Meanwhile, the Truants had a great game. They won their game, and they will get the bye in that conference. Now, over on the other side, the mystery is gone too. What about Bob beat the Sharks? That means that the Bears are out. What about Bob is the division winner. They beat the Sharks twice now. So no matter what happens this coming week, even if What About Bob loses and the Sharks win and they end up tied, What About Bob will still win the division. So the game they have this week between What About Bob and the Sharks, they're going to play again in 2 weeks in the first round of the playoffs. And of course, the Chiefs win the overall week, and they have clinched the bye in that conference. So ho-hum, week 13 really only matters for points, and we'll get back to you next week.
Well, week 12's in the books. Week 13's coming up, and a reminder, there is a Thursday Thanksgiving game. Hey, does anybody pay attention to these videos at all? Beanie Wells, Wes Welker, and Drew Brees all led the Chiefs to the weekly prize and the $100. Kept the Chiefs' perfect season alive, and Chiefs got back in the overall point race. Victor Cruz had a big Monday night, helping Last Longer get out of the point race. Also some big scores out of the Truants this week. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope your turkey dinner was just fine. And now let's take a look at the overall point race. The Jets continue to lead, and What About Bob is right there with 17 points back. The Chiefs, Sharks, Truants, and Bears are all fighting it out right now for third place. But let's face it, any one of these teams can mount a charge during these last few weeks. And now let's look at the race to the bottom. The Hellcats got fined this week. It was a big fine, but they still lead the overall bottom race in that first pick. Donkey Kong looks firmly entrenched with the second pick, but Last Longer, Chips, and Dogs are all in third. And now, let me leave you with some highlights from the USC-UCLA game.